Hey guys! Today we're gonna solve the current tier raid boss, Primal Council. I didn't wanna go a raid tier without soloing a boss. So last week I decided to venture into the Vault of Incarnates to see if anything is soloable. I was only 400 eye level at the time, but after some testing I noticed that the council had potential. I just needed more gear. So I spent a whole week grinding to 2.5k Mythic Plus rating, 17k Valor points, as well as a massive 50% passive haste set. And you might wonder, why all this haste? Well, the first thing stopping me from soloing is the tank ability Crush, performed by Opalfang every 25 seconds. This increases my physical damage taken by a whole 100%, stacking. You could kite Opalfang and have her pathing bug out, in hopes of getting rid of the debuff, or you could immunity it with Davan Shield. This was one of the reasons haste was so important, since with the talent Resolute Defender, or holy power spenders will reduce the cooldown of Davan Shield every time they are used. And Davan Shield only have 2.5 minute cooldown passively, with the help of Uther's Council and Unbreakable Spirit. So I made my entire talent build, which I will show you at the end of the video, built around using holy power spenders, to get my Davan Shield cooldown to just over a minute, which allows me to get rid of the Crush debuff before it reached too high stack. Oh, and if you wonder why my UI is so bugged, it's because I barely raid these days, so I haven't bothered to fix it. Even with Davan Shield, Crush does occasionally reach 2 stacks, which means a lot of damage taken. But Sentinel, which is by far the best defensive ability we have, grants us 30% health and 30% damage reduction, and with the Sanctified Wrath talent, makes our judgment generate 2 holy powers. I can have about 75 to 80% uptime on this, thanks to Righteous Protector, reducing the cooldown of my Sentinel by 3 seconds whenever a holy power ability is used. Or well, most of the times they're used, because this is actually bugged and won't always work. Also Zealot's Paragon, making my Judgment and Hammer of Wrath delay Sentinel from dropping off. This is the reason haste is so important for us. Since the few seconds Sentinel isn't up, we can easily survive with Ardent Fender, Eye of Tyr, or some other defensive. Let's just say, haste makes everything faster, and everything being faster makes everything else even faster. Protection survival is just busted when you stack haste. There aren't many other boss abilities to worry about, since with our broken survival, we can face tank everything, even meteor access, which is a mechanic you usually have to stack with your raid members. Of course, we still have to go into the lava, every time Primal Blizzard happens. Otherwise, we'll get stunned and die. So you might wonder how I survived in Rage Timer, after 10.5 minutes. Well, stay around and find out. Okay, so this boss has an enrage that is actually a normal boss mechanic. Whenever the bosses die, they begin to channel the different versions of Convocation, such as Burning Convocation or Glacial Convocation, and this increases in damage every time it ticks. Or well, that's what it does normally, when the bosses die and they begin to channel. But if the channeling is triggered by the enrage timer, it seems like the damage won't increase at all. It looks like Blizzard forgot to enable the damage increase while the bosses are still alive. Whoops. I figured this out after formatting the boss weeks ago. We had Opalfang die earlier than everyone else, and her AoE damage was about 200k every tick, while the rest were still doing 50k. And that's pretty much the whole fight. Bosses are stuck doing 50k AoE damage every 6 seconds, which I can easily survive. Then you just have to spend an extra 40 minutes killing them, while they stand there doing nothing special. Of course, I made sure to kill them at the same time. And if you want to see the full version of the solo, I will have a link in the description. Keep in mind, these talents are specifically chosen for this boss, and won't be good in all kinds of content, such as Mythic Plus, where more damage is needed. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.